Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Well, today what we're going to be doing is showing you a product that we received from MBRP. So we want to give a shout out to them for sending us their exhaust system. We have an MBRP exhaust system already on this truck. It is a side X exhaust. It's way too loud. We have the 2M long tube headers, Southern Cats, which means none. And it's way too loud. So MBRP sent me their full catback system for the exit to go out the rear of the bumper of the truck. So we're going to be getting rid of the side exhaust on this one, putting the rear exit exhaust on it, and hopefully that's going to quieten it down. Okay, now behind us here on the back of the truck, we have the MBRP setup that they've sent us to put on this truck and do a sound comparison on our exhaust system from MBRP. Now this truck currently has a supercharged 5-liter Coyote. It has 2M long tube headers, no converters. It's open flow into a MBRP and side exit exhaust. Now it's a single in, dual out. Behind me we have the rear exit MBRP. It has a resonator, so it should make the truck a little bit quieter. It has a muffler. It's a single in, dual out to 2 chrome tips. They go right here outside the back of the bumper. So hopefully it'll quieten it down by being in the back. If not, we're going to add some more mufflers to it. So this is the product we received. Let's go ahead and open the box and show you what we have. This is a raw system. So everything you see is going to be raw steel. You have your MBRP here. This is the resonator. That right there would be the muffler. You have all the pipes and the tip. Going underneath the truck, there's 2 hangers. I've got one here, and there's one on the inside up there. And I can take the tailpipes off here, but I'm going to take it loose right there, and I'm going to have to raise it up because it's contacting the cross member. So I got a 15 millimeter there. There is a 1/2 inch there, and on the inside it's a 10 millimeter. And here's the system we just pulled off of it. Also MBRP, single in, dual out. I'll be selling this system here. Okay, I've got my Ford F-150 in the air. Now, I will have to disconnect this collector here that goes to the header right there because my MBRP slid over this. So I'll disconnect this, and this will be where the new MBRP will mount. Now, before I mount this exhaust on the truck, I'm going to coat this entire exhaust system with high heat exhaust paint. Here's everything that came in the kit with MBRP. This is the rear exhaust system. I have the 2 tips sitting over here. And as you can tell, my truck is a regular cab. This will fit both regular, extended, and 4 doors. All you'll have to do is cut this pipe to length. You'll have your MBRP muffler, which bolts directly up after your catback. And in my case, this will go directly onto this. And then this pipe is for in between from here to there for your extended cab and crew cab. You have all your tailpipe system goes over the rear end and all your hardware here. So we're going from directly from the headers out the side to a resonator, then a muffler. And here you can look in the resonator inside the muffler. See what it looks like in there. Now I'll be spraying this with some high heat self-priming, withstands to 1200 degrees, and this is high heat aluminum, and this right here will just protect my exhaust system from any corrosion or any surface rust that I don't want to happen down the road. I fully coated it now. It's got several coats on it. I just got to let it dry. You can still see that it's a little bit wet still. So as soon as it dries, we'll start to set it up in there. The first thing we're going to do is put the resonator on. And what I've done is supplied 2 bolts, brand new in the kit. I've just slid the resonator over my cross member and directly onto my, which if you have a factory exhaust system, you'll connect it to the back of your factory exhaust system. But with headers, in my case, I have a Y pipe. You connect it right there. I've snugged it up pretty tight. I've also put high heat sealant all the way around my flange before I attached it. We'll be putting a hanger around this exhaust pipe right here, the resonator here, and it will slide right in through this rubber boot here. This is exactly how you'll slide your clamp onto your rod. This is the factory clamp. You'll see you just raise the washer and the nut up. Now looking at it from the bottom, I've slid my clamp over. I've flipped this right here to where the factory hanger is at the top. That way my rubber boot is pulling down like this, and you can see exactly how this hanger is positioned right here, just like so. And then once I tighten it up, it'll tighten this hanger up, but don't tighten it up just yet. You wanna make sure you get your muffler or your extension pipe in here first and all lined up before you make your final tighten. Next, we're gonna sit this muffler right here, right in place. It will slide in between your clamp and over your resonator. So you may have to pull that right there out a little bit because it'll slide in between that right there. And then the clamp will tighten over your muffler onto your resonator. Now you can see right here at the clamp, it is on top of the muffler, and the muffler slid over the resonator. And going back to the back of the muffler, one side will have to be raised higher than the other side, but don't tighten any of this up until all of the tailpipes are in position and where they need to be. And you want to make sure that when your pipes are slid into this housing here, that there's not a gap here. They have to be slid all the way past this or you'll have an exhaust leak. Okay, the next pipe we're going to be putting on will be this one right here that has the bend in there, and has a hanger. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to grab the correct flange here. It will not go on this. It will go here on the muffler. So you also want to make sure that you put these right here where you want these to go, because you're going to be tightening these up. So just put them wherever you want them. Me, in my case, I'm going to put them just like that, facing the top, because I have a lot of room right here to get impact to it. So I'm going to go ahead and grab both of them and go ahead and put them both into place. I have the pipe routed around the rear end, and I have the hanger just sitting in place there. Now I can pull this pipe down, this muffler up into place, and slide this tailpipe piece into the top part of the muffler. Now you can see everything's still loose, of course, but here it slid through. It slid through into the muffler, and it's routed over the rear and coming down right there. Now I still have to position this, so I will twist it to where it sits level and it doesn't make any contact with anything. And then once everything's in, I have to put the tailpipes in as well and route them through and make sure everything is out of the way. And then once everything is around where it needs to be and then leveled up, that's where now I start tightening stuff. The next piece will be this one here, which is this one. We've already put our clamp in, so now the sharper bend will go over the rear end, and then this section will go into the muffler. So we're going to go ahead and slide this into place. And we'll just route it over the rear end and then slide it right into place. And now you can see it's ran, but nothing's tight, so I'll be able to adjust everything to make sure there's no issues with any clearance before making my final torque. Now the next thing to do will be to set their hangers into place. Now I know exactly where this pipe goes because the section is cut out. We'll have a clamp on it, we'll go to that side. So right here, I'll just simply take this end, and with this, I will put the rubber towards me, and the metal side will be towards the end of your hanger lip here. So that will go on just like so, and then slid around here. And I'll put those on both sides. This piece facing away from the pipe here. I've set this pipe right here. I've got the clamp on it. I've slid it into that pipe that goes over the rear end. I've got the rear rubber mount on. Now, you just gotta find exactly where your exhaust is gonna sit. You wanna make sure there's no issue with contacting anything. Okay, this is how it's supposed to be done from the factory with the MBR kit. They supply this little washer, big washer, and this long bolt that goes through the frame, through the backside there. And you got plenty of adjustment. The only problem is the muffler itself, the tailpipe hangs a little bit too far down for my taste. So in the next video after this, I'll show you how I fix it. Here you can see where I've got the bolt. I've ran through the larger hole, and now I can slide that little bracket there on top of that, it'll raise my tip up. So it would raise my pipe up higher. I'm gonna go ahead, sit this clamp right up here where it needs to be. Then go ahead and get this side over here in. And now you can see the pipes are just kind of sitting into place. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise them up, and I'm going to measure from right here where my bumper meets over exactly where this is going to sit, and then I'll put a piece of tape, and on this side I'll do the same thing, put a piece of tape so I can make sure that my pipes are going to be exactly in the same place on both sides. Now I'm just taking my tips and I'm sliding my tips into place. One good reference of how straight it needs to be, that'll be exactly on each side, so you'll know exactly where to level that. And you don't want your tip sticking way out. You want it to sit real nice and tight. So now I can adjust these exactly where they need to be. And then I'll torque everything down from this point. And then once I get this side raised to where it needs to be, then I'll torque it down. Now you can see both the tips right here. All I've got to do is raise this one maybe just a sliver more. But that's exactly where they need to be. Real tight to the bumper. Okay, it's finished. They're both exactly where they need to be. I've tightened them up. Tips are tight. It's mounted better. Everything is free and clear. Nothing's rubbing. Everything is exactly tight where it should be. All right, it's back on the ground. Now let's do a cold start. Okay, here we go. We're gonna take it down the road, and of course it's dark outside now, so I gotta put on my dome light there. Of course I can hear myself think now, which is pretty nice. It may be a little shaky. I've got this camera mount up there on the dash. That's a big difference. Wow, that's insane. We'll roll the window down. Oh man, that's crazy. Oh, that's lovely. That is wonderful. Okay. Hands down, this is much better. Driving the truck, I can hear my music now. I can hear myself think. I can actually stomp on it in the neighborhood and not wake up everybody in the neighborhood. So that sounds nice. I'm sure that the pipes going all the way out the back helped it a lot, but I think the main thing was the resonator. It didn't have a resonator on it, and I think by putting that resonator on there, it seriously dampened down that tone. Because, all right, I'm going to do an acceleration. Yeah, it's super quiet. Love it. Absolutely love it. So that's it, guys. Go ahead and go to MBRP and check out their website. Check out some of their exhaust systems and their kits that they sell. And as you can see right there, side-by-side comparison, hands down, this kit right here is much, much quieter. I got this kit from American Trucks, and yeah, go check them out. Buy you an exhaust system for your F-150. Till next time, guys, I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna enjoy this exhaust system.